Good morning, it's Ashley Kennedy here, day two. So, just to give you a bit more information about what I'm going to be doing today, or certainly I'll be researching basically today, a wee bit more into what you might find as your problems as well as my problems. So, this is going to be collaborative. So, basically, I'm going to be looking sort of to address the issues that I'm facing regarding things like psychology, trauma, attachment issues, physiological issues, ultimately mental health issues, issues regarding abuse, identity, bullying, and also just behaviours in general, whether they're learned or otherwise. Also, health. Health, I've got to look at my health as well, generally, not just in the physical health and, my diet and all these sorts of things. So it's kind of like a bit of an analysis of what the hell's going on with me. As I said yesterday, I mentioned about who am I, why am I the way I am. I seek the answers. I kind of know the answers. I just need to deal with the answers. So going on this vlog is quite difficult because it's making me face things I don't want to face. And I've never really experienced like being so public in this sense about private matters. But it's got to be done for other people, actually. I mean, I'm 43. I'm kind of like, midlife. Somebody somewhere might learn something from this one. That's really, is genuinely what it's about. I want somebody to learn. This can't happen again. Or if it does happen, that there's genuine sort of like punishment. Is it punishment? I don't know. But somebody has to be held accountable. Somebody has to be held accountable. Because you can't do wrong and get away with it. I mean, you can do the grey areas a little bit. Some people talk about that, there's no black and white, it's grey area. But if you're doing harm to others, then there is no grey area. You need to define by law, by experience, by whatever. So before I go any further, I think you should know a wee bit about who I am. So, as I say, I'm Ashley. I'm 43 now. I'm a Gemini. I'm obese, as I just got told, which is fine, considering I just got a gastric bypass years ago and hoped that I would never be fat again. I was born in Dundee, in Nine Wells, 1977. My parents will go into that a wee bit more. I'll not obviously identify them too much, but it wouldn't take a rocket science to find out who they are. They're both alive. Let's just say I've got respect for my mother and a love for my mother. My father's a different kettle of fish, but we'll investigate that further. I have a brother and three sisters from my mum's first marriage. My father has two sons from his first marriage, of which I've never met. I have my own child. Well, he's not quite a child. But I'm trying to keep him shielded from this situation. He'd be mortified if he saw me on this, talking the way I'm going to talk and how I'm going to be open and honest. But in saying that, he's a good guy. He is my son. I'm very proud of him. I love him dearly. And I'm also very excited for his future because he's why I'm here. So what is the issues I'm addressing? So I've mentioned about the things about trauma, psychology, things that I've experienced. And what will you guys learn from my video? Well, alongside me, we'll learn together about coping mechanisms, the strength of humanity. We'll learn about techniques, maybe, hopefully come to some sort of conclusions about moving forward. So how would that benefit you? It starts the conversation. I hope it gives you the confidence, like what I'm doing, is to speak out or speak up, to discuss things that are not, well, I'm ashamed of, or things that I'm embarrassed about or I feel guilty about, when ultimately a lot of them have been put on me and it's not my fault. And it's actually about saying, I never asked for this. So I'm hoping any of you struggling with any of the issues I mentioned will get some strength or some insight into what I'm going through. I can only document my situation and, as I say, research and learn about stuff as I go. I'm fortunate that I'm still alive. That's the crux of it. And I can maybe sort of get into the understanding of why what happened to me happened as well. Because if we understand the motives of others, why they go out to harm, that's ultimately what it was harm and abuse, then we need to work out how to prevent it from happening to others or again, or the same cycles of other people, or spot the signs of abusers or bullies or whatever you want to call them. So, let's find our voice. Let's not be ashamed any longer. Let's not be scared any longer. Let's not be... What I said to myself yesterday was, they've done as much as they can do in the sense as they've not killed me, right? And I know that sounds a bit far-fetched, but I can assure you it's not. So I'm still standing, in the words of Elton John. So I'm kind of optimistic about learning how to move forward. Who I am today is a very different person from who I set out to be or who I thought I was. Again, everything that I thought about myself was eroded and pulled apart, and probably, like, how do I describe it? It was probably erased or mashed up, or it was, my mind was used against me in some ways, because I used to like thinking and researching, and I used to like being studious. I still do. I just find it more challenging now because it's hard work. But everything I believed and what I thought I knew got challenged because somebody wanted me to be scrambled and not think coherently and not understand what was going on, and to discredit me. Because if I had no voice, nobody would believe me. That ain't happening, because what happened did happen. And I have a voice, and I'm still here. About me, I actually like the arts, media, the creative arts, all this kind of stuff. I like music. Obviously, I love music. Comedy, fashion, food, dancing. I've kind of got a real varied mix of sort of interests. Unfortunately, all those have been skewed because of the damage that's been done. That's sad. I find that hurtful, especially because it's taken the things that used to bring me joy. My instinct was to turn off there, to turn the video off, but I can't do that because this is it. This is real. So going to my dislikes, I really dislike bullies. They have a lot to answer for. Obviously, I'll explain more as we go on as to why. But it's happened. It was real. My experiences were not imagined.